Alright, welcome back to Against the Storm. You don't get to see my caravan setup because I wasn't going to record this one. It didn't look like it was going to be particularly interesting until I opened it. Now it's got some potential, so we'll see what happens. The map modifier for this one is Monastery of the Holy Flame, which means that you cannot forbid consumption to any race of any products. And I don't particularly like that modifier, but sometimes it matters. It's not that it doesn't make for an uninteresting game. Sometimes it doesn't matter at all. You couldn't care less about forbidding consumption on anything. And sometimes you really, really wish you could forbid consumption on things and you can't. But what made this look interesting and worth recording for potential disasters, we got, okay, muddy ground doesn't matter, really. Flooded roads doesn't matter, really. If you do your trades during the storm at the very beginning, in the first 3 seconds or whatever before it kicks in, this doesn't even have an effect. So if you already have the goods at the start of the storm, you can trade without paying this penalty. So that's a very minor one. However, Melancholy is one of my absolute least favorite level 3s. I have difficulty getting complex food going, and this can really start to hurt. And then Death and Decay. If villagers die during the storm, you can get blood flowers. It has potential to turn into a disaster. Melancholy, Death and Decay can both be problematic for me. So, let's see what happens. It'll probably be alright. Anyway, we're on a coral forest. I'm far enough away from the citadel that I didn't have a whole lot of points to spend, so all I brought was amber, a few eggs, and stone, because bricks were too expensive. So, that's all I've got, starting with farm fields, fertile soil, which does me no good if I don't get offered a fertile soil building. And then a little bit of stone, a little bit of meat. What do we have here? Trapper's Camp is fairly likely good. Now, I haven't done a coral forest in a while, so let's look. Yeah, you have meat and insects available. So Trapper's Camp is probably a pretty good pick. The granary, pickled goods at 2 stars would be nice, since I have beavers and lizards. They both like pickles. And the granary does 2-star fabric. So this is also a very viable building here. Oh, 1 second. Alright, so I actually don't know which one of these I want. These are both very good picks here. Because I need the complex food for the Melancholy, the granary might be the better choice. But I'm going to regret not having this Trapper's Camp if I don't get it. Oh, man. See, I can make pickled goods in the field kitchen. I think that's going to push me over onto the Trapper's Camp. The field kitchen is not as good at it, but if I need it, I can get it. So I'm going to take the Trapper's Camp. And I'm not going to pick either of these right now. I'm not planning on getting flour going, so the bakery isn't very good. Pottery has some potential. I might need it for the pickled goods. Right now I don't have a farm building, so resin and dew in a forester's hut here could be fine. But it's coral forest, you can get dew out of the trees, so that doesn't seem like a great building either. So that might be a reroll. Or maybe I just take the bakery, but then I need to come up with clay somewhere. And I don't know, I think you only get clay from copper nodes in here. Yeah, you get stone regularly. No, you don't even have copper nodes here, so where am I going to get clay from? Might be a byproduct of reeds. I wouldn't swear to that. Otherwise, I don't see any potential sources for clay on this map at all, which means that pottery would be out. Alright, well, let's see what we got here. We got 10 people, 3 woodcutters. There is not a lot of room around this hearth. I'm gonna have to open this dangerous first, I think, just to get some room. Alright, shift click for priority, and we're off. Let's replace... I'll leave the beaver in here for now. Save me a tiny little bit of fuel. Although they might do just as well in a woodcutter's camp. Honestly, yeah, they'll do just as well in the woodcutter's camp. I'll just make the switch now. Well, there is a potential source of clay that would enable me to build some pottery for pickled goods. Leftover crops I'm certainly not impressed with. I'm not going to be producing herbs more than likely. As a first pick, exploration contract doesn't seem bad. You're likely to open about 6 glades, maybe, all told. So 120 clay, 120 reeds. Saves me having to gather all of that. Even if I do find it, yeah, I'll take it. I don't have harpies, so I'm not going to look at the orders until I'm a little farther along on my setup here. Looks like I might need one more laborer to finish the general setup. Got 2 extra housing available. See how many newcomers I get. park is up. It's probably okay to... Well, I don't remember all the timed orders. There might be one to, like, open one dangerous glade, so I'll wait until I'm ready to open the glade right before the storm ends, then I'll look at them. Alright. I don't have much food available. I'll just set this to 5 packs for now. Don't need pipes. Did not get any industrial buildings. It's really tempting to re-roll and pray for an industrial building, but the pottery could be useful. How much pottery am I going to get out of... Alright, 20 clay will get me 6 procs. So it's 30 pottery, a little more than 30 pottery every time I open a glade. That's not going to be enough pottery just from that clay to keep us going. So I'm going to need more clay from somewhere if I have to buy it from a trader or something. I'll leave the leather for now, just in case I want to make water skins. See if I can come up with enough plant fiber to not use that. And I will only use stone in here, save the clay for pottery. What do we got? We've only got 2 newcomers, so we'll have enough housing. I'm going to want to take this side because I'm going to want that harpy. For the hearth, I'm going to have to remove a woodcutter. Oh, nope, I stayed just under 95. Alright. Well, good. Thought I was going to have to remove a woodcutter. I do have to leave the lizard in here for now because the harpy's only at 1. If I take the lizard out, the harpy will go down to 0. So, harpy will have to just be a general laborer for the moment. Create those farm fields just in case I get a building for them. And I want to start using this trappers. Hopefully we will be finding more stuff that needs the trappers, and I need to get this spot cleared out for industrial buildings and blight posts. Probably shouldn't have built these farm fields yet since I didn't have a building for them. That was inefficient. It's probably safe to look at this now. I'm about to open that glade. 5 glades in 5 minutes. The reward is nice. Now, this is one of those situations where the Monastery of the Holy Flame is going to cause a problem. I would absolutely take this hunter's thing for the +1 meat off the trees. But accumulating 30 meat when I can't forbid them to eat the meat becomes a real problem. I'm probably going to have to buy 30 meat if I want to get this done. Or I can consider this one. The brickyard would be nice. 2-star pottery means I could re-roll that bakery. And the 3-star brick recipe would be fantastic. opening 5 glades. I do have the amber. I can open 5 glades if I want to. 5 stone a minute. Obviously excellent. I'll never turn down 30 copper bars. Can I get 5 glades open in 5.5 minutes? Obviously we can open this one and this one. And this one, that's also a small glade, so that won't hurt too much. This is a small glade that could be opened fairly quickly. This one will take a little longer since we haven't gotten a start on it, but we can do it. Or, no, this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can do this. Question is, do I want to? And the answer is probably yes. Alright, we're doing it. Open those 3 before the storm even starts. That will put me into 2 hostility. I'll have to remove woodcutters temporarily. I mean, before the storm even ends, before the storm even starts. You're mid-storm right now, idiot. Give me a lizard in there. Where is my other lizard? Oh, he's running the hearth. Since I had to remove a woodcutter, I don't need the lizard in the hearth anymore, so the harpy can go in there. That lizard was getting a lot of benefit from the warmth of the hearth, but he can probably tank that. It's only 36 seconds. We're probably alright. And what did we get in that glade? A little bit of stone, herbs, drizzle water might be useful, cash, not a great node, just a little bit. The drizzle water could be great. Stone. It's not that important in the coral since you can get stone off of trees, but I'm not going to complain about it anyway. Let's move view. There. Another drizzle water, tiny little bit of coal. $120 base charges seems like a lot, but that might be the norm for Coral Forest. I think you only get 75 base charges in the marsh or something like that. What other map I was playing last time? Maybe it was Scarlet Orchard. I don't know. But the 120 base charges means it will be worth putting a mine over just those 2 deposits. I won't complain about 240 coal plus some stone byproduct. That should be about 80 stone from that mine as well. And a tiny little bit of meat. And a couple of reeds. Do the reeds have clay? I was wondering about that. Okay, yes. The reeds are the one place where you can naturally get clay in here. It's a very low rate, at least off of these small nodes, only 20%. And there were 2 of them, so each of those is likely to get me 5 or 6 clay. So maybe a dozen clay out of that. And where is the woodcutter? You're done. Cut into there for me. Rooty ground is pretty reasonable in Coral Forest. It can be hard to come by wood because you've got so many other materials coming out of the trees. Harvesting and planting being slower is a little annoying, especially when you've already got farmland right there. And you usually do find a fair bit of farm in here. I'm not going to take Back to Nature. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and unpause, but not pick for the moment. And I might take Rooty Ground. Oh, if I'm going to do that, I might as well take Rooty Ground now, because if I reroll, it's only going to give me one choice, I imagine. I don't know how that works, actually. Well, I want to see what's in here. If I get another patch of fertile soil, I might not want to take Rooty Ground. I probably still do. I'm just taking it. Jorg, what you got for me? Small farm. Okay. Small farm is useful. I was just saying how much I wanted a farm building. But I do need amber for opening these glades. So I need 2, 4... I need 9 more amber. Can I get from the trade routes? I can sell these reeds, I guess. I'm about to get a brickyard. I can probably sell the bricks as well. Gonna need 9 amber. Can I do this 4 times? 4 times 9, 36. Do I have 5 packs? I do. Alright, sell that. Sell 4 of those. I can go ahead and buy the small farm. And everything can keep going. Alright, what did we get in here? We did not get any fertile soil. A couple of large stone, kind of pointless. Large herbs, not helpful. A little bit of meat. Have to see if there's any hidden coal there. Haunted Druid's Hut. I don't know that I've seen that one before. Large encampment and the event. You do get incense from the trees, but I can't wait long enough to get another 16. Does not sell anything useful for that, so this is going to have to be a burn down with my coal. The side event here, resolve dropping faster, doesn't really matter. Another chunk of pottery is nice. Scrolls could be useful with both the beavers and the harpies liking education. Plus, their 30 scrolls is exactly how many you need for events. So, all in all, pretty nice. Let's check these these orders now. Complete 3 glade events in 17 minutes. That's not going to happen. Trading post, deliver 10 amber. This would happen eventually. And I like the 5 parts. Both of these are reasonable. This will probably happen sooner. This doesn't actually cost me anything, it's just a reward. This costs me 10 amber. It gets me 20 biscuits, which will help with the melancholy. I think I'll pick this side, that's a close one. $30 jerky will help with the melancholy. I like 3 parts a little more than I like 6 tools. It is going to cost me 5 building materials. But since I've got that brickyard coming, that shouldn't be a problem. Not getting any ancient artifacts from that event. This is always a little risky. You'll probably find 3 ancient artifacts if you really work at it, but you're not guaranteed. This is something that can definitely get done. I'm just gonna take that. And I don't currently have a way to make wine. I would have to buy the wine. Value of goods sold is simply going to happen. I think I prefer this side's rewards anyway. This will help with the melancholy. Woodcutting speed in Coral Forest is fantastic. I'll take any woodcutting speed I can get, so this is definitely the better side. Getting the beavers to 24 might take a while. And I am not going to be able to re-roll this for a while because all of my amber is going to go for paying for these glades I'm opening. Alright, what did we get here? An obelisk. I don't remember what that rewards. Check that in a second. 4 small food. That will hopefully help me stop me from starving to death, which is starting to come close. Decreases hostility. I think it's like 10 points or something like that. Or you can tear it down for quite a lot of food. Quite a lot of fabric. And I think that's going to be a tear down. I do have, or I will in a second, have the incense. I will also have the scrolls from that event, but I wouldn't want to use the scrolls on this. I would want to save them for an event that requires 30. Like, I'll get another incense out of a tree eventually. So I could do this. I think it's minus 10 hostility for the obelisk. It's hard to pass up minus hostility. But I think this side is just better. If I'm having hostility problems, I can sacrifice that 30 coal for a minute anyway. That would get me minus 80 for a minute if I needed to. Hopefully that won't be a problem. I don't think minus 10 is that big a deal. Alright. It's just very hard to not take minus hostility anytime you get offered it, but alright, back to this. You need 2 bodies. Now, that haunted druid's hut. 3-star coats would be very nice. And I would not complain about 3-star oil and incense either. So that is a very nice building. I can use those 30 scrolls for this if I want to. Or wait until I get enough incense for it. And yeah, the global resolve, you can put 3 people on it. I imagine that gets it down to about 4.5 minutes or so. I'll have to do the math and see how bad that global resolve penalty is going to get. See if I can find some sea marrow before then, because that minus 3 global resolve stacking is going to add up fast. especially at the beginning of the game. Where's my 5th glade and why isn't it open? Oh, we're working on this one. Okay. Still got 4 minutes. We're fine. And more stone. We found stone everywhere. That's a little annoying. Alright, there is our brickyard. And 5 stone a minute, which means that I don't have to work any of that stone I just found. I guess the large stones here will provide a decent chance of insects and roots, so that's a little bit of food. Oh, I never even looked at my positive modifier. I was so focused on the melancholy and the death and decay, I never even looked at this. So 5 random packs of goods every time I complete a trade route during drizzle. I won't complain about that. That's a pretty solid mystery. If only it had been building materials, that would have helped with that. Hopefully we can pull that off without ever having to make those packs of building materials. And it gave me crops again. Darn you. You know I want building materials, don't you? Which of these trees are the incense trees? Nope. 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 The red. Alright, we need the crimson reach trees for chances at incense. So red leaves. There's a bunch up there. That's not very convenient at the moment. A bunch here. That's a little more convenient. I don't have any packs of provisions. Well, I only need 2 amber to get Mark Wood to level 1, so that will take care of that for my last pack usage. And I am about to starve to death. the meat trees. I think those are the round ones. Yeah, let's get those meat trees done. Figure it's more efficient to get this 40 mushrooms here than to put the extra person in the trapper at the moment. I need that 40 mushrooms coming in. That's 2 minutes from now. I'll try and get him another worker here for a little help carrying and stuff. I guess I can yank one more woodcutter. I'm going to try to remember to not collect this until drizzle so I can get 5 free packs out of it. That feels a little gamey, but oh well. I think they should probably base this on when the trade route actually completes, so that it didn't feel so gamey to me, but alright, I definitely can't be at hostility 2 right now. Probably have to switch a lizard into the hearth here in a moment. Do the newcomers have any food? 12 food. Okay, I don't have a house up for you guys right now. We'll have to pull another woodcutter. Alright, that 40 mushrooms got delivered. We're no longer dying. Not the lizard. You should be working the trapper. This is only planting vegetables. I could plant some grain and get some porridge, but I don't think any of the... I think porridge is only for foxes and humans. So yeah, the grain won't do anything for me unless I can turn it into flour. So we'll just keep it as vegetables. Maybe I can end up making some skewers or pickles out of them. Now let's get that brickyard up. Stop making bricks here. Should have done that as soon as I knew I was going to get the brickyard. Don't complete the trade route until drizzle. will go ahead and start making all the pottery. Don't make any do. Use stone only in the bricks. Pottery is clay. I'd rather use coal than wood. Alright. Speaking of coal, it would be nice to get this mine going. Oops, I wanted to check if there was any hidden coal, because it said I had found 2. Is there a hidden one over here? No. These are both 120 base as well. Alright. So since this one's closer to the warehouse, we'll start with this one. Oh, wait. It said 120 base, but that's only giving me 60 coal procs. So maybe that 120 base is affected by prestige or something, and it's lying to me. Okay, well, I thought I had 240 coal. Now suddenly I only have 60. I'm going to have to assume that 120 base charges is for non-prestige. But that's just an assumption. I don't know for certain. And I would really like to see that display the actual number for... Oh, it'll be 120 base charges if I fully develop the mine. If I get the 2 upgrades, I would go from 60 to 120 to 240, I imagine. Okay. It all makes sense. I eventually figure these things out. I would like to re-roll you, but I need to come up with 10 amber. Maybe I can decline that next cornerstone. I'll need a 3rd person to get this cleared. Actually, with the penalty I took I did take that harvesting and planting are 25% slower. I might need a 4th person to clear and a 3rd person to plant. Not certain I'll need a 3rd person to plant. Planting usually gets done pretty easily. I will switch that like that so that put 1 in each farm rather than 2 in one farm so that both storages get used, so I can now fill up 60 units before anything needs to get hauled. Turn off the green in the second one as well. So I can fill up 60 units before anything gets hauled. There's only 3 in a field. That means I can clear off 10 out of these 11 fields before anything needs to get hauled. So I might be able to get away with just 3 clearers and 3 planters with the penalty. We'll see. The harpies. They'll make it. Alright. Oop. This is... I almost clicked this right now, but this is not kicked in and will not kick in for a few seconds. That's why it's highlighted like that. You ain't tricking me. I'll wait a few seconds. I'm not going to be opening any more glades at the moment, so I can go ahead and look at the picks and cornerstones. Stirring ale is unlikely to happen. Getting a kiln is unlikely to happen. If it was deliver ale, that would be fine, but fulfilling 70 times I could maybe buy 70 ale at some point, maybe find some. The odds of that are more likely than the odds of getting offered the kiln, and I wouldn't even want the kiln. Don't want the kiln in the coral forest, especially when I have a brickyard, so the bricks are pointless. The jerky's only 1 star. I guess I will hope for a leisure building and try to find or buy some ale. No way I can pull this off. It's gonna have to be the 20 harmony. Odds of getting offered a clan hall. Again, it's giving me a lot of conditional orders here. So 20 harmony decorations. That's a lot of materials to spend. I need the 10 amber. Export specialization is not bad. Mushroom production is not going to happen here without a greenhouse. I do have the drizzle, but the drizzle water available to run a greenhouse if I got offered it. But I think I'll just take the 10 amber, re-roll this, see what happens. Tool shop, solid pick, no problem getting crystal dew in the coral forest. I can make tools. I'm unlikely to get flour going. Tea. I did not get a luxury building, right? Correct. What was I looking at? So, yeah, it's going to be the tool shop. Fairly easy pick, really. Cooperage is almost certainly the pick here, but did I find clearance water? I did find clearance water, and they did buff the clay pit. But I mean, it would give me a permanent source of clay so that I could make all that pottery. But the cooperage is a building I need. It's just that simple. Like, the barrels solve my problem with pottery easier than clay pit does. Now I can just supplement the pottery with barrels, nice 3-star barrels, easy to make, and it gets me coats for the beavers and the harpies at a 2-star rate. Cooperage is just a nice solid building here. Can't pass this up. Can even try and make a little bit of tea poorly. Let's see what packs I get as soon as this clicks in. Alright, so it took 5 seconds. I was never sure if that was 3 or 5 seconds, so now we know. 5 seconds you have to wait for that stuff to trigger. Now, please give me building materials. Thank you. Now the question is, do I turn it in now or do I save it so I can have 30 jerky when melancholy starts to kick in? So I'm not sure I really want the 4 people. I mean, I do, but I don't know that I want them right now. Although I did just plant a mine. One moment here. Planted a mine. I do need a bunch of woodcutters. I've got 4 people available. I can stick 4 people into the mine. Want one more farmer probably. frankly, I probably need to open another dangerous glade here soon because I didn't get any good food nodes over here. And I could get these stone deposits going so I can start getting the food out of that. Fine, I'll take the bodies. It'll also let me look at another building. Education is reasonable here. Skewers would help the lizards at least, but I'm counting on pickles to keep the lizards happy. Pigments can be used for tea. I can make that out of coal. This is a so 10 pigments would get me 25 tea? 2.5 procs? Yeah, 2.5 procs, so 25 tea out of 10 pigments. So 25 tea out of 3 coal. That's not too shabby, especially since I won't have all that many harpies more than likely. Alright, I might be able to buy some flour or something, or find some, maybe make a few biscuits. The cookhouse seems reasonable. I don't have a building that produces scrolls. I would have to buy or find more. Although it also does religion for the lizards, so I can get services for all 3 of them. The temple is a very good building for this luxury set. How much do I have to sacrifice to get this thing to trigger? Both of these buildings are reasonable. I'm going to go for the temple, I think, and possibly regret it. Alright, well, if I get burned by the melancholy, it's my own fault for not taking the cookhouse, I guess. Sahilda. Let's see if I can buy that flour. Otherwise, she doesn't have anything I really think I need. Oh, I should check what trade routes are up first. There might be trade routes for packs of crops. No, of course not. Alright, any trade routes that can be completed during drizzle have a higher value because of those 5 free packs. So you want to complete as many trade routes as possible. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm probably not going to do that. I mean, this is not a bad one anyway. 5 amber for 8 fabric. I think I've got to do this one. I wasn't going to do it because I have to make fabric out of the crude workstation, but that's actually a pretty good rate. Like, I might actually do that double just to get them to level 1. I think I will. And it'll still complete during drizzle. 2 minutes is all it'll take. Sahilda will be here for another minute 14. I'll only get 1 amber in that time. So I'm not going to have enough amber to buy anything really. because I have so much stone around, I can just sell her all the stone. That's fine. Alright, there's a little bit of flour going. Four houses. I want to get a hearth up, but I don't have any materials for it yet. And I need to focus on getting the blight post up before that. It would be real nice if you could clear this brood mother out, because that's where I like to put my blight post, but I think that's going to take too long. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky. There are 2 people working in that. Plan on putting the blight post in front of the harpy house here, I guess. So leave 3 spots open there. Charges. Alright, I can still get both of these done during... Yeah, I can get both of these done. Do I have enough packs for them? Yes, I do. Alright. I don't know if you can get provisions off of this or not. I haven't yet. It would be nice to get provisions to fuel more trades. Yeah, but I got luxuries. Where is the nearest dangerous... Okay, that's probably the nearest. Although I could go for this when I was planning on putting up a hearth over here, right? So... I gotta get a ways away yet to get a hearth up. There's meat up there interfering with that hearth, and I definitely can't delete the meat. Yeah, finding a place for this hearth is a little inconvenient. Looks like I need to delete those trees. Alright, keep an eye on our planting speed here. We have planted just over half, it looks like. Yeah, no, that's like... He's still working on that one, so we've got maybe 7.5, 7 3/4 out of... No, wait, 1, 2, that's only 3. 3, 6. There's 6 more to do, so we're less than half done on planting. I definitely need another farmer. So I will need 3 planters for sure. And I think I can hopefully just leave 3 during clearance. At most, I think I'll lose 1 field, because they should be able to fill up both of these. I might have to swap them between farms or something so the farm houses fill up evenly. This will not get me a building if I turn it in. I'm going to save this one so that I can get those 20 biscuits at a convenient time if I'm going to need them. Alright, 6 tools would put me to 16, which would be enough for a medium cache if I've found one. I think I found a cache somewhere, but I can't remember where. Oh, that was an encampment, not a cache. Alright, there's a small cache. I need to start getting that blight post up soon. We're down to 3 charges on this. I think I can wait this out. Please don't fill. Okay, it's not gonna fill. Aha, provisions packs. You can get provisions packs out of this. Fuel more trades. Thank you. And fulfill this aid of the Lizard Clan. Come on, 1 charge, 1 charge. You're gone. Light post. Have the planks, have the bricks, have the parts. Nothing else is being built. For now, I'll have to make that out of wood because I don't have the coal mine running yet. I was going to move that closer, but they're full, so wait for them to finish delivering. Short a little bit of housing. we got tons of dew, and they're paying pretty well for it. But because I want to maximize trade routes, I mean, this is clearance. So I might need to collect this money anyway, so that I can do storm trade routes, assuming that I don't get caught by the penalty on the storm trade routes. Neither of those is going to happen. They're not paying very well for these luxury goods. 2 packs for 2 amber is not what I would call a good deal. I don't generally like to sell parts. Going to use up almost all of my packs, but I think I want to do that trade. I don't have a lot of food to make more packs with. Need to get this stone cutter up and running so that I can collect some random materials for packs. Which I guess means I should take the newcomers. Tiny little bit of food and a couple of pipes. But this gets me more beavers. I've got to get the beavers to 24. I want fewer beavers, not more. I'm gonna take this side because I can get harpy houses up and lizard houses up. I need thought that was gonna get done before the storm. Get a bit caught here. Let's check the trade route before the flooded roads kick in. Yay, I remembered something. Even though this is a little more amber, I do have use for the crystal dew for turning it into tools, so I will sell the building materials. I can only do one or the other since I don't have any packs. And then I will collect these 3 trade routes during the drizzle. Alright, hearth is up. Get a lizard in there. That'll drop me back down to 1 hostility. Unfortunately, okay, once this harpy house is up, the harpies will be fine. I need to put 1 more body in there to burn these cysts. I only need 2 people to sow the fields. Sowing didn't get slowed down, only harvesting and planting did. Let's get some coal coming in there. Get that running. What else? Trapper's camp. Don't have any more spare lizards. Do we have anywhere that I don't need them? I only need 2 people in the farm, 3 in the blight post. I can put 1 into the brickyard here. could clear out this small cache, but I'm not sure I want to, because I can always get to 15 tools by turning this in, and there are events that I think require like a dozen tools or maybe 15 tools. So I don't think I want to put labor into that right now. I want to save the tools. So yeah, just put another person in the, actually, put them in here. Oh, I've got enough people to do one in each. And how many people have we got here? We got 14 people here. I mean 19. If I can get more houses up over here, I might as well. Start planning on getting this to level 1 as well. Sewing is going to get done just fine. Oh, I did get herbs. I have no other use for herbs, so I'm going to prioritize using those. Otherwise, I think I would prefer to use eggs second, meat third. I don't want to place that so that it interferes with that potential coal mine. Alright, that'll get them to level 1. There's another +2 global resolve. We are one person short of being able to get this to level 2 then. They've cleared out the cysts. I would prefer that, yeah, you don't want to make this stuff with anything other than harpies if you can help it. Unfortunately, I was not ready to do that at that time. But I would like to switch them to coal if I can. Getting paths up is a little more important because of the muddy ground thing. Do not turn in the trade route until the 5 seconds have passed. Trade hub and cheap construction. These are both very powerful. Cheap construction is really good at saving you parts. How many parts do I have? The one thing I don't like about this is that it's harder for me to find things in here without typing in what I'm looking for. But there we go. We've got 6 parts left. How many do I need? I've got a mine already. I can always destroy that mine and move it to a new one. I'm not likely to run 2 mines at once. I don't currently have plans for a rain collector. I've already found a couple of geysers. And where are my camps? Alright. 3 woodcutters. It's probably going to stay. I usually like to keep all 3 running in Coral Forest if possible. If I had an efficient plank building, I might be able to go down to 2, but with making my planks out of the crude workstation, I probably want all 3 woodcutters staying up. I've got a stone cutter. I don't have a harvester running, but I would only need one temporarily. I don't have a foragers. There is some stuff for foragers. I don't have an herbalist. I don't think I've found anything for herbalists. Mushrooms, berries, herbs. I might have found some herbs somewhere. Oh, but it was a large patch. Okay. So that doesn't matter. I can't get it anyway. And we've got a trapper up. Alright, so I've got 6 parts. I can use 5 to build 1 more camp. Am I going to be getting any parts from... Okay, I can get 5 parts turning this in. So I'm probably okay on parts. So I think I will go with the trade hub. Turned in. See what packs I get. I got some provisions. That makes me happy. And we did get a greenhouse. I remember thinking about that earlier. Oh yeah, because I was offered the mushroom cornerstone that increases mushroom production. Well, that would have been nice, but you can't bet on getting the greenhouse, so oh well. Wood cutting speed, no complaints about that. Don't know that it's worth 24 amber. Extra storage is tempting. Extra storage also means your woodcutters don't have to come back as often. It's really good in the Coral Forest because you're getting so many different materials that you'll be carrying back more of each different. I really like this one in Coral Forest, so I will spend the 16 on that. I will gladly take that for 16 over woodcutter speed for 24. Let's see, please tell me you want some packs of crops. You're even paying all right for them. I might even do more than one of those. We'll see. It takes a minute 46, 239. I did get a bunch of provisions packs. They're paying quite well for these. 24 amber. 332, that will just barely finish in time. I'll take that. I will sell 1 tool in 46 seconds just to get 5 packs. Yeah, I want to complete as many of these as possible just to get bonus packs. So this is a very powerful mystery and very abusable. Alright, let's get our woodcutters running. I've only got 4 woodcutters available. Ah, yes, they're all in the mine. I'm like, where are all my people? Alright, that gives us 10. It would be convenient to have a button to assign all woodcutters as well. Like maybe shift left click on that button to get all woodcutters assigned or something. I don't know. just to save me a bunch of clicks all the time. That would be nice. Alright, and I need a momentary break here, I think, so I'm going to cut this one into 2 parts. And we will come back and try and finish this off. Frankly, if these things don't start kicking in and causing problems, this might not get uploaded anyway. It's been a fairly boring map thanks to the Finders Keepers being a little overpowered. Alright, well thanks for watching, and hope y'all have a great day. See you in part 2.